Hold on to your panties. The party is about to begin.
I can hardly wait.
I love this show. Check 1, check 2, check 3.
Are we ready?
Check 4.
You know what? Enough talk. It's showtime.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
I'm only happy when it rains.
Blame it on the rain that was falling.
Here comes the rain again.
I want to know, have you ever seen the rain?
I love a rainy night. Yeah, I love a rainy night.
Walking in the rain.
Raindrops are falling on my head.
Welcome to the Evening Edge, the soggy and damp edition. Holy cow. It is coming down. I believe this is what they call a deluge. A deluge. Throughout the Miami Valley, well, many parts of the Miami Valley, especially if you're downtown, south of town. I mean, it's going all the way up to, New Carlisle, Fairborn, just big old line of heavy, heavy rain. I know there was a flash flood warning earlier in Greene County. That's probably still in effect. I'm not sure, but I'll tell you what. We've got standing water out here in front of the studios, and speed racers are zooming by, throwing waves for miles. It's crazy, crazy. And I had a feeling that it might be like this afternoon. Earlier today, I was going through the Arby's over there in Moraine, right? Down Kettering Boulevard. And I'm sitting there and I'm getting ready to order my 2 gyros for $7, by the way. Yummy. And just as I get to the order mic, all of a sudden I start hearing what sounds like hail just slamming down on my car. And I didn't know what it was. And I thought suddenly it was, but it wasn't. It was just a deluge. Heavy, heavy, heavy driving rain. And that's what many parts of the Miami Valley are experiencing right now. And I thought, oh my gosh, if it's going to be like this all day, look out. And that's what we're dealing with. So here's what I'm going to ask. If you're out there driving around and you can safely call us, 937-457-1290. What I'd like to know is where you are encountering a lot of standing water. Because what happens, as most of us know, when it comes down like this, very, very quickly, very, very hard, the sewers can't take it. And it starts to back up, and suddenly you've got standing water over the roadway. Now, some areas worse than others. So if you're able to give us a call and let us know where maybe you've encountered some really high water, I'd love to hear from you, because we want to try to keep the other listeners, aware. Will Harris can only do so much. I mean, he's only got so many cameras and so many computers. So we need you to give us updates on where the standing water is. I mean, right now I'm looking out the studio, and I mean, people are slowing down to probably 15 miles per hour, going through, the giant puddles of rain here on South Main. And it's both directions. If you're leaving downtown on 48 or you're heading downtown on 48, when you get to the WHIO studios, really right in front, it's pretty bad. So please give us a call, 937-457-1290. Jamie and Huber, what's up, Jamie?
Yeah, James H. McGee in 35, right under the underpass, is about 3 feet of water. They've got both directions shut down.
3 feet of water. Wow. Well, at least they've got it closed down and nobody's trying to drive through it, right?
No, right.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a couple that try to.
Well, of course, there's all kinds of idiots out there in weather like this, for sure. All right. Well, thank you for that update. I mean, at least it's closed, and people won't be trying to slink through. But for crying out loud, 937-457-1290. All right. I was going to talk about. Let me back up. We got the rain coming down, so that's the most important thing that's happening. But I got inundated today from Edgehead sending me a story. And the story is it's supposed to be a local story, okay? And it's about a 17-year-old high school student who supposedly broke into the city's traffic camera system and adjusted the cameras and the traffic lights. And I must have had a dozen people send this to me. Oh my God, have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? So I did some research today. I talked to our news department. I did some digging. And for all of you that may have seen this story, it's fake. It's not real. It's not real. Now, I'm not saying this to, keep people from sending it to me, because I was like, oh, this again? But this is an example. You can't believe everything you read on Facebook. And if you dig deeper and you go to the Facebook page where this story was posted, first of all, there was no credible news source. I mean, it wasn't any of the networks. It wasn't any of the local TV or radio or newspaper. It was a Facebook group. And if you look at the pictures from some of the other stories that they've supposedly posted that were real, they're all AI generated. And in fact, the photos of the people that they put up in those stories, all fake. So I was getting a lot of emails about that, and I just wanted to put that out there. When you see it, don't think, oh my gosh, why isn't anybody talking about it? Well, it's because it's not real. 937-457-1290. All right, we got full lines here. They want to talk about standing water. This is good information. Mark in Moraine, what's going on, Mark?
Yeah, hi, Todd.
Hey.
I'm here on 35 West 75.
Okay.
And all the lanes are stopped. I imagine right here before you get to the library and Abbey Avenue, that big dip is probably full of water.
Yeah. From looking out the window right now, from my vantage point, it looks like the rain has slowed down a little bit. I mean, it's still coming down, but when I look at the Doppler 7 radar, there's still a good chunk of this storm that has to move through that 75 corridor. So, if you're on 75 or 35, you're probably experiencing what Mark is. It could be coming down in sheets right now, but thank you for that, Mark. I appreciate the update. We got let's see, Jacob in Jamestown. Hey, Jacob.
Hey, what's going on, Todd?
How are you, man?
First time. Doing good. Hey, so I am heading to, can you hear me? I'm sorry, it's my first time calling in.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine, Jacob. You sound like a rock star, my friend.
Awesome, thank you. So anyway, I am heading eastbound on 35 towards Xenia, and here through the construction zone, and it's definitely taking it easier than I typically do. Standing water, like you said, not easy. Hydroplane coming here from the westbound. I see looks like two sheriff's cruisers that just passed by, so possibly maybe a wreck or something nearby. I'm heading eastbound on 35. As a matter of fact, I'm driving actually right now. I'm in on Bluetooth, so.
All right, well.
But yeah, it is. It's definitely messy out here. So definitely, those who are out there definitely need to slow and take it easy out here.
Yeah, just take your time. I mean, I was coming home last night, and I drive a big SUV, and I just know from driving through that kind of those kinds of storms, it doesn't matter if you're in a big vehicle, you're still you can still hydroplane,
Absolutely, yeah. And it doesn't help that any tires either, but that's another story.
Right. All right, Jacob.
Some of us know how to drive, so yeah. Anyway, thank you taking my call.
Hey, be safe out there. Appreciate it. All right. We got Jim, the Manwich Man. What's going on, Jim?
Hey, Todd, how you doing? Hey, buddy, I just wanted everybody to know, if you are westbound on Airway Road from Spinning towards Airway, on Airway, on Airway from Spinning towards Woodman and Harshman.
Yeah.
The right-hand lane is flooded really, really bad. The creek that runs on the right side of that is overflowing really bad. So stay in the left-hand lane and go slow, because even the left-hand lane has a lot of water on it.
All right.
But do stay out of the right-hand lane. It is really, really bad.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it. Let me get Mark in Springfield real quick. Hey, Mark.
Hello.
Hey, you're up, man. What's going on?
Hey, I'm from Lawrenceville.
Okay.
Our electric was off here for the last 2 hours.
Oh, really? You're without power?
Yeah.
Okay.
But right now, I'm on 201 north of 571, kind of east of Troy, and it's not raining or anything here.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it looks like most of the heavy stuff is south of Troy, but yeah, I mean, it's and it is they just moved the map. I mean, this goes all the way down past like Loveland and Clarksville and Morrow and heading towards Wilmington. So I mean, it's pretty heavy, and I'm seeing lots of lightning all of a sudden. So just be safe out there.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
T-O-double-D.
H-O-double-L-S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
All right. Jason, yes, I did get that. I did get the one in Greenville. Thank you, though. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate it. You never know. Very easy for me to miss stuff.
Clinton, you're funny. I made that. I made that. It's on my Facebook. I made that stupid picture of the bear at Aldi. I did that. That's hysterical. That is hysterical. That's funny. Yeah, I created it, and then I really did. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I used AI. It's obvious it's AI. And then I posted it, and then I thought, oh my God, people are actually sharing this. So I went back and I put my logo on it, my show logo, and changed the photo so people would know where it came from. But I think you got it before wherever, you know. But yeah, that's funny. That's hysterical.
The doctor's
Watch out for high water from Dayton to Xenia this hour. We'll have the latest at 5:30 now. Back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Look, fellas, I gotta say, I love the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. The topic, high water. Holy cow, they just showed some video on Channel 7. Burkhart, That's not far from where I live. I think it was just down from. I was trying to see the angle of the camera. I couldn't see exactly what street they were on, but they're showing Burkhart, and probably I would say east of St. Helens. It is flooded. Water is bubbling up from the sewers in the middle of the road, and people are zipping through without a care in the world. Also, my buddy sent me a text and said that 75 South is backed up into Tip City due to flooding. So, this is going to be an issue for the next probably 25 minutes to a half an hour. The showers, it looks like it's starting to move off to the east. I mean, Beaver Creek, Xenia, Bellbrook, Jamestown, Fairborn, you're in the path of this. So this is going to be your problem shortly. But I think 75, I mean, there's still some heavy rain. Of course, you're out there, you know it, you see it, you feel it. But it's slowly moving off to the east. So hopefully 75 will eventually drain, I guess, here in the next half hour, 45 minutes. But we are asking the edgeheads out there, if you're out and about riding around and you see high water somewhere, let us know. Give us a call, 937-457-1290, because we want to make sure it doesn't surprise people. You be flying down the road thinking everything's fine, and then all of a sudden, whoosh.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Holy cow. Just watching people fly down South Main into the water. Whee!
Miami Valley's most accurate and dependable forecast. Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn. Storm Center 7 forecast for your Thursday night calls for showers and storms mainly before sunset. Then we're partly cloudy and muggy with lows in the 70s. And for Friday, highs in the lower 90s, heat index near 100. Isolated pop-up storms during the afternoon. I'm Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn for Dayton's Severe Weather Station 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. The latest scan from live Doppler 7 radars. Heavy rain still lingering around areas like Centerville, Bellbrook into Greene County. Still seeing some lightning in those areas. And now some heavier rain from Bell Fountain, Urbana, Springfield. We're seeing in areas in Lafayette too.
Oh, wow.
Currently, it is 73 in Northridge and 72 in downtown Dayton at 5:36. Our next scheduled news in less than 15 minutes and immediately when it breaks. I'm Ron Otto, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Dayton's news and talk depend on it.
You told us that the most important thing about our station is the weather. It's a big responsibility and something we don't take for granted. If there is ever a tornado or severe thunderstorm happening, we have a building full of Storm Center 7 meteorologists that will always provide continuous news, breaking in and giving you non-stop coverage. Plus, hear the weather 24 hours a day, every 15 minutes. It's a promise from 1290 and 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk. Where's the place to be this summer? Outside, under the stars, enjoying free live music in Lemon Dayton. The 2025 Eichelberger Concert Series is bringing the beats, rock, jazz, country, and more all summer long. See who's playing at lemondayton.org.
Imbeciles out there just flying through standing water. Ah. Dee-dee-dee.
Hey, it's Todd from the Evening Edge. Join me at the Salvation Army Croc Center for the July 3rd block party beginning at 7 p.m. There will be free food, a DJ, bounce houses, outdoor games, and a front row seat for the Dayton fireworks display. See you July 3rd. Get more details at DaytonRock.org.
Bounce houses. Woohoo! There will be bounce houses.
Protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Lee Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leefilter.com/deal. That's leefilter.com/deal.
WHIO Storm Center is currently activated. We'll break in whenever you need to know about approaching severe weather. WHIO.
Everybody, could I have your attention, please?
I need all of you to stop what you're doing
and listen.
Now hold on, dummy. Just you listen to me.
Now listen to me carefully. You boys got something to say to me? Why don't you talk into the microphone?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So we're dealing with high water throughout the Miami Valley, flash flood warning in Montgomery and Greene. Just saw some new video on Channel 7, Carlisle Avenue in Dayton, and I'm sure this is probably indicative of many other neighborhoods. The water flowing down the street up to the bottom of the frame of a pickup truck. So you're talking, what is that, about 5 inches, 6 inches? And it was flowing. The Carlisle River, Carlisle Avenue. And I'm sure it's that way in many places. And right out in front of the studio, we've got flooded streets. And it looks like if you're going to be heading downtown on 48, and you're going to, that's South Main, and you're going to be going by the WHIO studios, or if you're heading out of downtown, the right lane on either side of the road, right in front of our building, it is major league flooded. So take your time going through. If you find yourself, you're in the right lane, you can't get into the middle lane, the left lane, just slow down, unless you really want to have fun, I guess. And I've seen plenty of people doing it, but at some point, one of those cars is going to end up in our front yard, or worse yet, hit the building. Speaking of which, we do have a car into a building to talk about.
Your crashed car. In local news, a spectacular car crash. House car.
Well, we had another vehicle into a building. This one happened early this morning around 12:50 a.m. Officers responded to, 3400 block of West 2nd Street on reports of a vehicle into a building. The crash happened near the intersection of North Decker Avenue. Not a lot of details, just that some vehicle hit a building, hit a house. Around 12:50 in the morning. So that brings our count to 53 for the year. 53 for the year, if you're keeping track of cars into buildings. And incidentally, I was talking about the high water. We started doing this at the beginning of the show. I know many people have probably made it home by now, or you're getting close to that point. But if you are out and you see areas where there's a lot of high water and people are not, heeding caution and they're just zipping through it, sometimes, sure, they're out there looking for a joyride, right? Other times they're just not aware of it. They don't see it necessarily. So what I'm asking is, if you see an area like that, give us a call at 937-457-1290. We'll get you on the air and you can tell everybody where the high water is and try to help your fellow edgeheads. We've got some weird news, the weirdest story that you're going to hear today.
That's some weird news of the world.
That is bizarre.
The weirdest thing I've heard today.
Where do you get this stuff?
I found a sensational story, like weird news.
I thought I heard it all till now.
So I got to be honest, I've never heard of this guy, but apparently he started an app called Telegram. And his name is Pavel Durov. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. He's Russian. He's 40 years old, and he started this instant messaging app called Telegram. Now, I don't know if a lot of people in the States use that. I've never heard of it, but I guess it's very popular in other parts of the world. He started this business, and now he's got an estimated personal value worth of $13.9 billion. Now, why is this a weird story? Well, this guy, like I said, he's 40, and he says that because of what he does, there's a lot of risk involved in his life. I guess that he's had some controversy. He's been accused of providing a platform that bad guys use,
and he's been in trouble before for this. So he feels that his life is a little risky. So he's decided at 40 to prepare his will and has announced what he's going to do with this $13.9 billion. Now, this guy, Pavel Durov, has some children. Okay? He's got some children. He has 6 children that he considers himself the official father of. 6 children by 3 different partners. Okay? We clear? He's got 6 kids. He's had 3 different baby mamas. And he's a billionaire. He also says that 15 years ago, he began donating sperm at a sperm clinic, and that he has, I guess, essentially fathered over 100 babies in 12 different countries. So, in order to not have his 6 children from his 3 baby mamas and the more than 100 babies that his sperm helped conceive, he is going to divide his $13.9 billion between all of them. All of them. We live in an upside down world, don't we? Holy cow. And here's the thing. Many of these babies probably have no idea that they were, sperm donated. There's probably some parents that have kept it a secret. That's one of those things that maybe you wouldn't share, right? I mean, I'm adopted. I knew I was adopted from a very young age, but I know of stories of people who were adopted that were never told until much, much later. They found out somehow, some way. So those types of secrets are often kept for long periods of time. So I have so many questions about this. Like, when you're a sperm donor, you don't know who your offspring are, right? So how do you find out who's going to get this money? And are all of these, every baby that was conceived from a sperm donation at this particular clinic, are they all going to have to take DNA tests to figure out, hey, am I going to win the lottery or not? I mean, you think about that. He's got $13.9 billion. And according to the story, he's breaking it up equally. Now, how would you feel if you were one of those kids? Now, sure, it's going to be a big payday for you. But if you were one of his 6 children, you're like, wait a second. I don't want to share it with some sperm donated baby, right? How does that figure? But here's the next thing. He's only been doing this for 15 years. So at the most, the kids are, 15 years old, 16 years old. They won't have any access to their inheritance for 30 years. So you might be a lottery winner, the big daddy lottery winner, but you're not going to get it for another 30 years. That is the weirdest story you're going to hear today. It really, truly is. I beg you to try to top that. Top that crazy story. I don't think you can.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Now from the WHIO.
People are crazy, man. I just nutty. That went in. Still haven't figured out the camera situation. So you'll just have to take my word for it. That went in. And that went in. 3 for 3. But I appreciate you telling me that. The sun's coming out. Dee.
Thunderstorms, flooding, and power outages today. We'll have the latest at 6. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
I love the show so much.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
We have another bear sighting.
They say there are bears here.
You want the bears? The bald-headed killer bear.
Does this mean he's on the loose around here?
He's a big one, ain't he?
We think it's Bigfoot.
They have this little cute bear. Nobody is scared of bears.
This is an Evening Edge Bear Watch update. Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Well, you thought you were going to get out of here without a bear update, didn't you? No. I was asking around in the newsroom because I hadn't seen anything online that there had been any bear sightings today, but I stand corrected. Apparently, there was a black bear sighting either late last night or early this morning in Pike Township in Clark County. That's just north of New Carlisle. I don't know if there was video or photos captured, but that happened. So the bears are around. They're on the loose. And I had somebody comment on the live stream last night that the Ohio Department of Natural Resources said that they think that they are all different bears, but I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know if you could pick a bear out of a lineup. Maybe if you had, if you looked at the photos like a police lineup, could you pick the bear out and say, oh, nope, that's the same bear. That's a different bear. We got a Florida man here.
Florida man shines with every single crime, stupefying and delicious. Some might even think fictitious. Florida man is always ambitious.
This is one of my favorite Florida man stories this year. Now, this it didn't involve wrestling a bear or an alligator or anything like that, or climbing a palm tree drunk or anything like that. This happened in Davenport, Florida. Florida man was arrested after he broke into a random home and hung out for several days to avoid going home to his angry wife after the couple had a fight. A neighbor who had been tasked with watching over the residence while the homeowner was on vacation noticed a flurry of suspicious activity. So they called the cops. Cops walked in. The man, only identified as a 44-year-old dude named Joe, was cooking himself dinner and had just run a luxurious bath. So he was going to have a dinner and a bath. Joe admitted to cops that he did not have permission to be there and that he had no idea who owned the home. 44-year-old just justified the infraction by revealing that he had gotten into a fight with his wife 4 days earlier and just didn't want to go home. So he broke into the random house to avoid returning home to face her wrath. That is classic Florida man right there. But I get it. Look, if you're having a fight with your spouse, maybe you do need some time to decompress. Just don't break into a neighbor's house.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out.
Double D.
H. Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Oh, I just saw the picture of the bear from this morning. Oh, let's keep that. That's right, Kelly. Ugh. Yeah. Zebras, monkeys, bears.
The WHIO Storm Center is currently activated. We'll break in whenever you need to know about approaching severe weather. WHIO.
And now the moment we've been waiting for is here.
Hey, I'm here for the big show.
This guy, Todd, does he make you laugh?
He's funny.
Yes, sometimes.
It's kind of a big show.
Okay, boys, hit it.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Funny guys are dangerous. They'll make you laugh and laugh and laugh, and then boom, you're naked.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Coming up, I got some food news, and I have the 10 finalists for the potential name of the pizza, the Evening Edge themed pizza at Roscoe's Pizza in Corwin. Been talking about it, came up with the pizza, ham and cheese with all kinds of goodies. Lots of cheese. And some spicy sriracha to top it off. Drizzled, delightfully drizzled. But I've got the 10 finalists, and we got to come up with a name for this pizza. But we're going to do that here in a couple of minutes. I would like to ask my producer, Sierra, to pop on the air.
Hey, Todd, how's it going?
I'm doing very, very, very well. So last night towards the end of the show, I did what they call in broadcasting a tease. Remember what I teased?
Oh, yeah. Are you talking about the squirrel man here?
I am talking about the squirrel man. And I said he was going to be on the show tonight. In fact, right now. Right now is when I teased that the squirrel man was going to be on. Now, people are probably going, what in the hell is he talking about? Well, a couple of months ago, I came across a flyer that somebody had posted. I had joined like some squirrel Facebook group. Somebody invited me to join it, and I thought, okay, I like squirrels. Why not? Right? Sure. So I joined the squirrel Facebook group, and usually it's just cute little pictures and funny videos of squirrels. Right. But on this particular day, I was looking at it, and it was a flyer that somebody had posted that they had seen in Seattle. And the flyer is that of a guy. I'm assuming it's a guy. I don't know because they're in a squirrel suit, like a really nice top of the line squirrel suit. I like the one that I have, which you can see pictures of me on my Facebook, but I got that off of Amazon. This is like the real deal. But the flyer says it's illegal to have a pet squirrel in Washington. I'll come over dressed up as a squirrel, and you can feed me peanuts out of your hand. This is not a kink. This is a serious art form. And he's got an Instagram page, Squirrel Watching Seattle. So if you want to look that up, you'll see who I'm talking about. But here's the interesting part. Not only will he provide the peanuts, he will compensate you $22.68 per hour to allow him to come to your place and let you feed him peanuts. So I saw this, and this was back in February. So you remember, Sierra, last time I mentioned that I sent an email, right? And I didn't hear anything back. And I thought, well, this guy, he must be really busy, visiting people's backyards. And he just didn't have time to respond to email. So I didn't think anything more about it. Then over the weekend, I get an email from this guy saying, oh my gosh, this is incredible. I would love to be on your show. So a dialogue began, a conversation to try to get him on the show. And he seemed very, very excited, very, very interested. And I said, look, I'm not going to make fun of you. If this is your performance art, this is your performance art. And I said, here's when my show is on, 5 to 7. You're 3 hours behind. Can we try to work it out? And he said Thursday would work. I said, great. So I said, let's shoot for 6 o'clock. And I didn't hear back. But I figured he said Thursday would be fine. So I thought, okay, that'll work. So last night at the end of the show,
I teased that Squirrel Man was going to be here on the phone, right? He's not coming into the studio. And be listening for that. Well, last night I got home and I sent him an email. I said, hey, Squirrel Man, I teased that you're going to be on. I just want to make sure that we're going to be able to connect. Oh, I have to work. I'm busy. At 3 o'clock, which would be 6 o'clock our time, right? 3 o'clock his time, 6 o'clock our time. He was going to be busy. And I said, oh, okay. And then he said he wouldn't be available until 6 o'clock his time, which is 9 o'clock our time. Well, that doesn't do me any good. And in fact, as I was emailing him, I was like, look, I will run back to the studio tonight if you are able to interview. I could record the interview. I would record it and I'd play it back for everybody could hear Squirrel Man on the Evening Edge. And he said, oh, that's not going to work for me. Apparently he had to sort his nuts. I don't know. And I said, well, how about Friday? Would Friday maybe work? And he said, that might work. I don't remember if he said he's off or he gets off early or whatever. So this is a long way. This is the long way of me saying Squirrel Man will not be on the show tonight. And I feel really, really dejected because I was hoping that we would have Squirrel Man on tonight. But there's hope that he'll be on tomorrow night. I feel like I got the, you know what I've done? I've dangled the nut in front of Squirrel Man. And I'm not going to let go. And I'm not going to let him get away. I promise you, at some point, whether it's tomorrow or next week, we're going to have Squirrel Man on. And I know that Sierra was very disappointed because last night she seemed very excited about it. And I think that's why she came into work today, right?
It's not every day you hear a guy dress up as a squirrel. So, yeah, I was excited.
Exactly. Now, while I got you, I got another question for you.
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself klutzy?
Partially. Half of the time, yes. Half of the time, no. So
about 50%.
Yeah, split in half.
Okay. What's the craziest, klutziest thing you've ever done?
I have to think about that. I've done a couple of things. I fell down a flight of stairs. It wasn't rough. It wasn't bad, but that was probably the clumsiest thing. Yeah. Scraped a few knees.
Well, I saw this story today, and it was done by the company Curad, and they're the ones that make the bandages, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Curad, and they did this study, and the average American, they surveyed 2,000 American adults. The average American racks up around 4,000 cuts, scrapes, and bruises over a lifetime. 4,000.
Okay. Well, over a lifetime, I guess.
That seems remarkable to me.
For me, I could see that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. It says something just fell off the wall in here. I don't know. Just caught my attention. That breaks down to about 35 scrapes and bruises each year. Leading the way for the most klutziest, Gen Z.
Wow. Yeah.
37% say that they are Gen Z. They're very, very klutzy. And only 1 in 5 acknowledge that they're more accident prone than most. So I'm just curious, and I wonder why that is. If there's some sort of correlation between Gen Z, that age group, and the life that they've lived, and being more klutzy than older folks.
Well, we haven't lived a life.
Well, I would
outside.
that makes a good. That's an excellent point. You spent most of your time growing up inside, right? Yeah. So maybe that's what it is. Or the older, we've just had more practice.
Right.
We've had more practice to avoiding the klutziness. More than 51% say they're most likely to get hurt in the summer. With a distraction, 34%. 22% that says they're just clumsy altogether. And one of the top things for klutziness is accidents in the kitchen. And I have to tell you, that's where I have had most of my accidents. With a sharp knife, or, you know, like I cut myself, or burns, or that kind of thing, you know, grease flipping back on you, that kind of thing. So, yeah. All right. Well, thank you for your insight, Sierra. Be careful going home tonight. Okay?
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out. T-O.
Double D.
H. Oh. Double L. S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
All right. Hey, Josh, how you doing? Hey, there's Captain Scurvy. Oh, that's an excellent point. Symptom of ADHD. That's a good one. That's an excellent point. Huh. Joel, what's going on? Welcome back to the herd. D D D D D D D D D D D.
Bengals will stay in Cincinnati for a while longer. We'll have the latest at 6:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Yeah, I love the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. We just heard a commercial there for the Fab Four, Beatles tribute band. They're going to be at the Rose tomorrow night. You might recall, if you were listening last night, I mentioned that we were giving tickets away on my Facebook page, and I was going to email those tickets out to all the winners today. Well, that was done, and if you registered for that through my Facebook page and the contest page, check your email. Check your email for, a message from Ticketmaster, because I sent tickets to a number of winners today, a number of Edgeheads. So you should have them there in your mail if you were in fact, one of our winners. We have some Breaking the Law news here. This is Breaking the Law, Breaking the Law, Breaking the Law. We were just talking about this guy who was supposed to be on the show tonight, but bailed. The guy in the squirrel costume. Now, here's a story about somebody else in a costume. Police in Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, are looking for a suspect who broke into a convenience store and took some cash and coins. He was, in fact, wearing a Scooby-Doo costume. Ruh-roh. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. That's right. Police department posted a comment which read, quote, "We've questioned the owners of the vehicle, but no solid leads yet. Continue to be on the lookout for shady caretakers that don't meddle. If you see the suspect." Yeah. This guy was wearing a Scooby-Doo costume. And kind of cool. I guess the vehicle in question actually looked like the Mystery Machine. Now think about that. Here's a guy who decides to break into a convenience store. He's driving a van that looks like the Mystery Machine. And he puts on a Scooby costume to commit the crime. Now, I get wearing the Scooby costume because his face was covered, right? You're not going to be able to see who it was. But in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, how many Mystery Machine vans do you think there are? Probably not a lot. So, it's like if this is your vehicle, maybe don't use that as your getaway. Just a thought. What am I listening to now?
What is this? The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. It's a radio show. It's entertainment. Spell it out. T-O-double-D-H.
Oh, double L. S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
The squirrel apocalypse. I've heard about that. The squirrel spiracy. Hey, by the way, tomorrow is the day that they announce the Dayton Daily News Best of Dayton. Last year, I came in third place. See what happens. Maybe I'll fall off the metal platform. We'll see. We'll see. Captain Scurvy, I think people have blocked you. Maybe that's why you're not seeing all the comments. Harvey, next week there will be 4 shows: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
WHIO Storm Center is currently activated. We'll break in whenever you need to know about approaching severe weather. WHIO.
And now, with your permission, I'm going to do my stuff.
Could this day get any more fantastic?
Let's get on with it.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So tomorrow, the Dayton Daily News is going to announce their Best of Dayton competition. They do this every year. I and the Evening Edge, we were nominated for Best Media Personality in Dayton. And last year I finished third. I made it to the medal platform, the bronze medal. If by chance tomorrow I come in first, somebody's going to get the opportunity to have their car washed by me. Because when we first started talking about this, and I'm also hopeful that the Beaver Creek Beaver mascot, Eager Beaver Bucky, wins. That's who I'm really rooting for. But I made this pledge that if by chance, grace of God, I come in first, I will wash an Edgehead's car. And what'll happen is if I come in first, we'll set up a web contest, and the winner will get their car washed by me. So hopefully, somebody will get their car washed. We'll see. We got some food news here.
Hey, I'm kind of hungry. Who's got the food?
Well, what's your favorite food?
No flavors here. Food.
There's a lot of food.
Isn't it glorious?
How you get so big? Look at this guy. This is so scrumptious.
So a couple nights ago, we were talking about the fact that Roscoe's Pizza in Corwin, that we've come up with a pizza sort of inspired by the Evening Edge. I was down there this past Sunday with Jeff Ross. He's the owner, and we were in the kitchen and we were coming up with some ideas, and we settled on a ham and cheese sandwich, or a ham and cheese pizza, because I'm a bit of a ham and I'm also considerably cheesy at times. So we thought that's the perfect combination, and he didn't have a ham and cheese pizza on his menu. So you can see video of me making the pizza. It's on my Facebook page. If you really want to see all the ingredients, there's all kinds of yummy cheese, and there's some sriracha on it, and sliced Bavarian ham. It's really, it looks great. It looks great. But on Tuesday, we were asking people to come up with a name for it, because we've got the pizza. We know what the pizza is going to be, but we need a name, a clever name that sort of helps promote the show. So we asked people on the show and also on the live stream for suggestions, and we got tons and tons of suggestions. I also got a lot of suggestions that were messaged to me, that were emailed to me. So I put them all together, and I went through and I picked what I think are the 10 best. And I should be the ultimate judge because it's my show, right? That makes sense. So here are the 10 finalists. The 10 finalists for names for the Evening Edge inspired pizza at Roscoe's Pizza in Corwin. I guess we could, let's do a drum roll. Yeah, right. Here we go. Todd's Evening Edge Ham and Cheese Frenzy. Todd's Evening Hamplosion. That should be Todd's Evening Edge Hamplosion. The Evening Edge Toddzilla. Now remember, I asked everybody to try to use my name just because of my ego. Todd's Evening Edge Gooey Chuckle Pie. Todd's Evening Edge Ham and Cheese Dream.
Todd's Evening Edge Ham Buster, Todd's Edginator, Todd's Edgehead Pizza, and Todd's Evening Edge Pie Hole. I get the connection because I talk for a living. And I'm sure that there are probably people from time to time will say, shut your pie hole, Holst. That kind of thing. So that kind of works. So those are the 10 finalists. I'm going to post these on my Facebook page after the show and let people sort of comment on them and vote on them. I mean, ultimately, I'm going to make the decision, but we have to make it appear democratic, right? Sierra, did you have a favorite of any of those?
I loved the Hamplosion.
The Hamplosion, yeah,
and the Pie Hole.
You like the pie hole?
Those were my two favorites.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. This is why I kind of like. I think they're both good. You know.
Yeah.
I like the pie hole because it's a bit jarring, and it's like that is attention getting.
Yeah.
And you have to think about the fact that Jeff down there at Roscoe's Pizza in Corwin, they have like 108 different pizzas on their menu. All different sorts of unusual combinations, crazy combination, so there's a lot of interesting stuff on there. You want it to stand out.
Yeah, definitely. That would definitely stand out.
And if somebody saw Todd's Evening Edge Pie Hole, that could work. But there's other ones on here too. I like Ham Buster. I like the Todd's Evening Edge Melty Masterpiece.
That one might be a third.
I like that one, the Melty Masterpiece. So anyway, you'll have the opportunity to vote on there. On with our food news. Today is National Bomb Pop Day. You know what a bomb pop is, Sierra?
I don't know what a bomb pop is.
So a bomb pop is a sort of a classic frozen treat that you used to get. I mean, you can get them anywhere, but I remember getting them from ice cream trucks that would come into my neighborhood as a kid. Now, did you ever have that experience? Because I feel like the ice cream truck era is long gone. There's still some.
Oh, yeah, I definitely did. I never heard of a bomb pop, but I had like those push pops, if that's what you're talking about.
No, the bomb pop is a red, white, and blue frozen treat, like a popsicle, but it is shaped like a bomb, like a rocket.
Oh, okay.
They're also sometimes called firecrackers.
Oh.
But I knew them as bomb pops, and today is National Bomb Pop Day. And I was looking online, I found this list, the most popular ice cream truck treat in every U.S. state. And you might be surprised, in Ohio, it's what you just said.
Really?
The push-up pop.
That's a go-to.
And the orange, is it the orange? Like the sherbet?
Creamsicle.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It is definitely orange, though, but that's the go-to.
Yeah. The top 10 most popular ice cream truck treats in the United States. Number 10, lemon ice. Number 9, a Klondike bar. And by the way, as an aside, my wife, she had weight loss surgery, and she's really tried to, curb eating food with a lot of sugar. She found a Klondike bar that has no sugar added. And I don't know where she got it, maybe at Meijer. And she says it's fantastic. So if you are looking for something like that, they now have these no sugar added Klondike bars. Number 8, my favorite, ice cream sandwich.
That one's a good classic.
Yeah. Number 7, Fudgesicle. Number 6, a fudge pop. Now the difference, Fudgesicle is larger than a fudge pop, and the fudge pop is more of a fudge flavored, like a popsicle, where the Fudgesicle is more chunky fudge but frozen. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
And then number 5 is the bomb pop. Number 4, drumstick. Number 3, the creamsicle. That's just the best. The orange cream. when I think of frozen treats, I mean, I love an ice cream sandwich for sure, but a creamsicle, I think we used to call them dreamsicles.
That rings a bell. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
I've heard that before, definitely.
Number 2, the Choco Taco. Yeah, it looks like a taco, but it's basically ice cream with chocolate and nuts in like a waffle cone type thing, but it looks like a taco.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the number one ice cream truck treat in the United States, the Chipwich, which is
Ooh.
an ice cream sandwich, but it's like in between two big chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know for sure, but I know when I was a kid and the ice cream truck came around, you could usually get something for like $1, maybe $2. Maybe $2. I could almost bet that if you bought every single item on that top 10 list, you're looking at like $30.
You're going to break the bank.
$30, $40, right? And I can't remember the last time I saw a ice cream truck that looked safe. And I know this is going to sound bad, but earlier this spring, my wife and I were out working and we heard the ice cream truck coming down the road. And she joked, she said, "Hey, I think I have some money in my wallet. Do you want to go get something from the ice cream truck?" And I'm like, "Oh, that might be kind of fun. It would be fun to put it on video. It would be like a thing for the show, right?" This ice cream truck looked like death. I mean, it was rusty. It had a broken window. The person driving it, a little sketch. I was like, what has happened to the ice cream truck? There used to be an ice cream truck that came into my neighborhood. I grew up in Beaver Creek that had soft serve ice cream. Not just a bunch of frozen popsicle treats. Those are great. They actually served soft serve ice cream. You could get a chocolate, a soft serve chocolate ice cream cone from the ice cream truck. And I remember that ice cream truck. It was big and orange. And it played great music, and the guy, it sounds like I was, raised in the 1950s, but he had an outfit. He had a hat. He had a uniform. It was great. Not so much anymore. The ice cream truck is not what it used to be.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out, folks.
Double D.
H. Double L. S. T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Oh, banana splits. I don't remember if they made those or not, but I wouldn't be surprised. Man, oh man, a banana split. My favorite banana splits were, we'd make them at home and we'd have that Neapolitan ice cream, the strawberry, the white ice cream, and chocolate. Oh boy. I remember we even had we had these little banana split dishes. Split the banana, put them on both sides. Scoops of ice cream, whipped cream, little chocolate syrup. The whipped cream, some nuts. Oh, yummy, yummy. I haven't had a banana split in probably 20 years. My favorite ice cream topping, has to be hot fudge. I'm a chocolate guy. I just can't eat it anymore, man. It's like the other night, Mary, because she's, she's trying to, she eats healthier. Instead of having ice cream at night, what she does is she has a yogurt, and it's like this orange cream. We were talking about this orange cream yogurt. And what she does is she gets the yogurt, she puts in a little pack of Nilla wafers, and then puts a little bit of whipped cream on top. Considerably healthier than a bowl of ice cream, right? But we do have chocolate, like Hershey's chocolate, in the fridge. Regular, sugary Hershey's chocolate. The other night, I was a little snacky, and I grabbed a pack of the Nilla wafers. And I thought, I'm going to put some of that chocolate in a little cup, and I'm going to dip the Nilla wafers in the chocolate. By the time I finished the pack of Nilla wafers, and I think maybe there were only, 10, 15 Nilla wafers, but they're little ones. They're not the regular size ones. They're little ones. I dipped them all in chocolate. Probably 10, 15 minutes after that, I was like, whoa, I was feeling a little woozy, a little sugar high. Oh my gosh. Oh, an ice cream social. Oh man, you know what? That would be a cool event. That would be a cool evening edge event. An evening edge ice cream social. Oh my gosh, Ashley, thank you for that idea. What a great idea. How cool would that be? On a warm night after the show, I just say, hey, I'm heading down to such and such, and it's the Evening Edge Ice Cream Social. How fun would that be? Oh my gosh. I have to, and it's not like it would be free, but we just set it up. We just say, hey, I'm going to show up there. Oh, I got to work on this. Yeah.
From the McAfee Heating, Air, Plumbing Studios, breathe easy, choose McAfee. Call today or visit mcair.com. WHIO-FM Pleasant Hill, WHIO Dayton, Ohio. The birthplace of aviation.
Watch out for flooding on roads in Montgomery and Greene counties. We'll have the latest at 7 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst at 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, let's get back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Ashley on the live stream just inspired an idea. We should have an Evening Edge ice cream social. One night, some ice cream place in Dayton, I just say, hey, Edgeheads, after the show, I'm going over to fill in the blank. Come on out. We'll hang out. We'll have some ice cream. I mean, you got to pay for your own ice cream. I'm not paying for it. But it would just be fun. It would be an ice cream social. That would be huge. Oh, my gosh. That would be so much fun. I'll have to work on that. 937-457-1290. Real quickly, Ron in Springfield. Hey, Ron.
Hey.
You're up, man. Go.
Okay. Thinking about that ham and cheese.
Yeah.
Ham and Swiss, and you make a pizza crust with rye flour in it.
Ooh.
And then I'm not sure about the sauce, but top it off with some good hot horseradish when you get it out of the oven.
Interesting. That would be an interesting idea. I like that. Thank you, Ron. I like the idea of like a crust that has a little bit more flavor than just like a regular pizza crust. But that's what we try to do with the garlic butter. Give it that, buttery, yummy taste. All right, well, there's the show. I'll be back tomorrow night at 5. Hopefully, keeping our squirrel fingers crossed that the squirrel guy will be on the show. We'll see what happens. I don't know. These squirrel impersonators are very, very busy, Don't forget, you can get the podcast of this show at eveningedgetodd.com. Have a terrific night. We'll see you tomorrow.
That's it. We're done.
It's over already?
Yeah, should have been here sooner.
Game over! Sorry, guys, I gotta run, but there will be another show. When?
Actually, I'll be back tomorrow.
Same crap, different day.
At least he's consistent.
Good night, everybody!
This is the station Dayton turns to
All
first.
right, everybody.
Live team
Thanks for
coverage of
watching
breaking
tonight.
news.
Thanks for watching
WHIO
on
Dayton
TikTok.
Springfield, celebrating
Thanks for
90
watching on
years
the
of
live
being
stream.
Dayton's
Have a
news
terrific
and talk
night,
station.
and I'll see you
Depend on it.
tomorrow.
I'm Will Harris. Our top local story. A Dayton family is now searching for answers after a father died in a house.